Cutting your scale, guys, Nexas here, and welcome back to Destiny 2. And in today's video, guys, we are back with more raid freaking goodiness. Yes, of course, the Root of Nightmares has been completed. It is no longer in contest mode either, meaning that everyone could probably go in and do it. It's an easy enough raid. I honestly do think it's simple enough. But the raid itself, this thing is dropping, of course, brand new weapons. And one of the weapons we're going over today, boys, is going to be a freaking sidearm meta open here, boys. You know it's going to be a sidearm meta, sidearm meta, sidearm meta. But yeah, we are going to be going in with the Mykel'S Reverence. Now, guys, I know it's probably Mykel'S or... I don't know. I'm going to say Mykel'S, okay? It's Mykel'S Reverence, okay, the sidearm. This is what it's going to look like and stuff. It's chonky. It's a big-ass boy. I know a lot of people will say that's basically a 7th Seraph weapon, but... it's a chunker. I mean, look at all this. It looks beautiful as well. Nice and glowy and stuff too. But it is going to be a strand sidearm as well. So straight away, it's already up there with, I wouldn't say a must get, but getting strand weapons at all is obviously super dope because there's not many of them. But this weapon itself, this has some nasty rolls. And one we're going to be going in with today is going to be one with fluted barrel chamber compensator. We got armor piercing, or we have flared magwell. We got the trait rewind rounds, and last but not least, it's got the daddy trait, which is going to be a brand new perk that's only on these freaking raid weapons, which is going to be Paracausal Affinity. Final blows of energy types matching this weapon's alignment grants increased damage for a short period of time. Light final blows boost arc, solar void. Darkness final blows boost stasis and strand weapons. Now, the best way of looking at this is basically if this is a strand weapon or a stasis weapon, if I get any sort of strand kill or any sort of stasis kill, this will get that damage boost, and it's about 20-ish%. I think it's 19%. It's actually pretty dope. It is also gonna, of course, have the Argent trait Harmonic Resonance, so equipping multiple weapons from the set grants the weapon increased reload speed and handling, and it basically gives it vorpal as well. So we are going to be rocking as well our Acacia's Dejection. Now, I'll do a review on this some other time, but this is the trace rifle from the dungeon. Because we have both of these on, I will be getting the benefit of the Argent trait, and honestly, this should be pretty dope. Rapid fire frame, 450 RPM, so it sprays like hell. I don't know every single roll you can get in this, of course, because the API hasn't been updated, but there is some saucy rolls on all of these ones. And as I said, this is a juicy ass roll. Rewind rounds with this Paracausal Affinity, going in with the course throw backup mag or something on it as well to get 20. This should be pretty nasty in PvP and PvE. So without further ado, boys, let's go into some PvP with the frickin' sidearm meta. Alrighty, so we are going to be on the Cauldron with our Mykel'S freaking Revenance, and this should be a pretty dope ass item for this. But you'll see I'll have the Harmonic Resonance going pretty much consistently because I have the Trace Rifle on as well. We get, I didn't even rob the kill. Yo, man, get your ass over here and let me punch you. Oh, and there's the kill, and you'll see I'll get the Paracausal Affinity going just off a kill with the weapon itself. So it's any sort of strand damage or stasis kill. And oh my god, if I could aim, oh my god, we could have got both of them. But any sort of strand kill or stasis kill, regardless of weaponry abilities, whatever, I will get this Paracausal Affinity going on this sidearm, which, as I said, is just super unique. Now, there's a guy with a streaky here. We'll get the kill. Look at the dome skis. I'm telling you, this thing can... oh, I am 1 HP. Oh, I am so screwed. Oh, buddy. And oh my god, I think... oh, I'm out of bullets. Get him. Thank you. Oh my god, this is such a mess. But this is the sidearm in general, boys. The freaking sidearm meta open here. I'm telling you, this weapon, it actually feels pretty nice. Now, granted, I can't go at range. Obviously, I'm not going to... oh, my people. We'll see. I got a strand melee kill there. And that gave me, of course, the Paracausal Affinity. It's gone now, but... it does give it to you pretty consistently. Any sort of kill I can get, I just get this thing going, which, as I said, is so freaking good. Now, there's people everywhere. I might just dip. Oh, get me out, boys. I'm getting freaking sniped in the ass. But yeah, as I said, the weapon itself, it actually feels really, really nice. As I said, like, you can drop people super quick. It's a bit of a 1v1 machine. I think all sidearms kind of are, but especially with the fact that you can just... oh, I actually got traded. But you can spam it out so well with a strand subclass. Well, that's what I'm saying. I can use the stasis subclass too and get ability kills with that and get this perk going. You don't have to, but of course it's going to blend in really, really well with strand because unraveling rounds, Paracausal Affinity, you obviously get the untangling and everything. It is just really dope. Now, I will say I just whiffed like hell, not dude. Come on, buddy, you're 1 HP. Just freaking die for me. Thank you. Give me the melee kill. And oh, I'm whiffing like hell. And I'm so glad this has that rewind rounds. Because I need the extra bullets. You can see every now and again I am getting some bullets back. So rewind basically works off hits. Time I hit a person, I will get a bullet back. So after I get like 5 hits, I'll get 5 bullets back, whatever. It is really, really handy on this because this does spray bullets like hell. Like you can see, you just spray bullets consistently. So it is just really nice for that. And as I said, I think with the Paracausal Affinity, it gives you that 20% buff, which, as I said, it's just... it's so freaking good. Now, granted, it doesn't stack or anything like that, so don't think this is kind of like a rampage. It's sort of like a golden tricorn. But that stacks too. But you can see I got the affinity going there for getting that tangle kill. Oh, and it's a 43 at dome. But yeah, it's basically sort of like a golden tricorn. That's the best way to describe it. Golden tricorn that doesn't stack to 2. And oh, buddy, get your young man. Can you get back here? There we go. Oh my god, there's people everywhere. Man, I love grappling straight at people. They have no idea what's going on. But yeah, golden tricorn is definitely the best way to describe it. A golden tricorn that even on ability kills still stacks at 1, but the 1 is still great because, as I said, it will still do damage. Now, this is the range I'm kind of saying you can't really go at. Obviously, it's a sidearm at the end of the day. You're not going to be mapping too well. Obviously, if there's rangefinder stuff on it, go ahead. But I do think that, obviously, you got to be in the right engagement for it. But I do think it's still a really dope sidearm. I just love how much you can go in now. I'm getting pieced from 2 angles. Boys, can you leave me alone for like 2 seconds? And, yo, oh, it's right here. Oh, give me the kill. Give me. Okay, we'll trade. I'll take a freaking trade at this stage. But yeah, I do really like this PvP, as I said, especially with the, oh my god, I actually died to that. The freaking insta 1-tap. But I do think that if you can hit your headshots with this, it will absolutely wreck out. It's a bit of a spammer though, obviously, because it's a high RPM sort of sidearm, so you want to spam it as much as you can. And with the rewind rounds, you actually get saved, and there's a super. But yeah, it all goes in really, really well, this whole roll together. As I said, it's a super dope ass sidearm. And as I said, I don't even know what all the rolls on this are, but as I said, it just goes in super well with strand. Oh, I love that so much. I get this guy too. As I said, the 43 for a Domski just for getting any sort of kill is just insane to me. A melee kill or with strand kill, freaking gun kill. It's actually freaking nutty how well this can go in. As I said, I don't know all the rolls in this, but this could get even better. And plus, it is craftable, boys, meaning it's not even its final form. This isn't even unleashed a true sidearm meta, boys. Alrighty, so we are going to do the PvE side of things, of course, with our Mykel'S freaking Reverence. This is honestly a really dope sidearm. As I said, you can see it go in PvP, but I will definitely say PvE is where this is going to be a lot better. With the paracols around, obviously the backup mag and everything too. Armor piercing being the thing this season as well. And also that I can get like different kills going. It should be really sweet. Now, I could throw on stasis to kind of show, you know what, I'll actually throw it on just for a little bit, just to kind of show you that you can get this paracausal affinity going with just the stasis skill. So if I actually get, I might have to shatter something. I know we're not so really bad freaking stasis class for getting stasis ability kills. But yeah, I really do love this weapon. As I said, I love sidearms in general, as we all know, boys. It's a freaking sidearm meta in the game. But I just think that in PvE, this definitely goes in a ton more. I think it can definitely shred out really well with this paracausal affinity. It's basically like a rampage, but there's a million ways to freaking proc it. It's not all just about kills. I can legit get a stasis kill and I'll freaking proc this perk, which is, as I said, really, really dope. And obviously the rewind rounds as well. That's like a tongue twister. Rewind rounds. That's how I'm gonna say it. But the rewind rounds, they are it's such a dope ass perk. As I said, it's one of the old school, of course, Vaulted Glass perks, but obviously it came back out on these sorts of raid weapons too, so it means that rewiring rounds is actually just kind of tied to freaking PvR the raid, so to be honest. I need to get a freaking, I don't know, a frozen kill or something. Okay, buddy, get your ass over here. I'm gonna freeze him, and I didn't get it because my freaking teammate killed it. Man, I'm like the worst subclass ever for this. I need to get someone to 1 HP, and I need to just melee the hell out of them with this thing. Right, we're gonna try it now. We're gonna try it now. Get him to 1 shot. Get this guy to 1 shot. Oh, freeze him. And there you will see the paracausal affinity. Look, I got it procced. Now, and that wasn't me getting the kill. That was legit the melee got the kill, and I got the paracausal affinity going. As I said, Warlock wouldn't really work too well. If you're on a freaking hunter with shurikens and stuff, it would work out a little bit more. But it is honestly really, really dope that you can use a subclass that's completely different to the guns archetype, but still get a damage buff. Obviously, you want the best benefits of strand, of course, with the untangling mods and everything this season. You want to be in a strand subclass. I'm not going to deny that, but it is just really nice that it gives you some variability with your strand build. So you can go in with a strand, or we can go in with a strand weapon into a strand surge, armor piercing as well for a sidearm, and also use stasis. Imagine it's like, I know, stasis surge, or you want to just stun things or like freeze things, whatever. It means there's so much more build crafting you can do, which, as I said, is an super interesting perk. And the fact that it only really rolls on these raid weapons, I think is a huge benefit for reason to get this for PvE. I think it's just a dope ass perk. And honestly, the paracausal affinity, it goes in real well. And it's not just on, of course, the for strand and stasis and everything. It also works with the light subclasses, so you can be a freaking, I know, with this, if I get this trace rifle with it, you can use a solar trace rifle, be rocking an arc subclass, get a shoulder charge kill, and you get the paracausal affinity going. As I said, it's just super dope. And honestly, really in line with the theme of the whole freaking raid of light and dark. As I said, my main thing though is just a big chunker of it. But there's the Paracausal Affinity again, just a quick strand melee kill, and I get the extra damage buff. And honestly, I know the weapon isn't exactly glowing and everything, which is such a shame. Because, well, it goes when you get the Paracausal Affinity going. That's when the actual glow of the weapon kind of comes in. But as I said, overall, I think the weapon still just looks dope. As I said, it's a nice big chunk of a freaking weapon. And I think that overall, it's just a beautiful gun. I really want to know what all the roles are for this, because I feel like you could probably get like a demo role with the Paracausal Affinity, which would just be freaking nuts. And we're just going to do this to them. Oh my god, I can't do it. Get the melee kill, thank you. Actually, I can tangle this. But you can see as well, I have the Argent trait going the whole time too, basically because I have the trace rifle on as well. So I'm getting like increased handling, reload and everything too. And I am like, my frames are dropping like hell. Oh, we're losing the frames, boys. We're losing the frames. But as I said, yeah, if you do pair this, of course, with the other raid weapons, it will do some extra freaking work for you. Just extra handling and stability and everything, which, as I said, is really, really nice. It turns it into an absolute freaking laser beam, which I think is just super dope. Now, I can't actually stun this guy, or maybe I can. Now, boys, anyone have a stun or something on? Please, that would be freaking great. Nope, we're just gonna have to freaking do this. But yeah, I think that the raid weapons right now, I think they're just, it's super cool how they all synergize with each other really well, and also the fact that they just kind of go in with the Paracausal Affinity. I just really love that perk. I think it's super unique, and it's just a perk that it's sort of like bait and switch on obviously the Vow of the Disciple sort of raid weapons. I love when raid weapons have their own just really unique perk. It makes them like super desirable, super desirable. I can actually show you as well that the Paracausal Affinity, it will actually proc off any sort of like kill. And oh my god, I actually got stuck behind the freaking barrier. But you see, I have a strand LMG on the circular or whatever it's called. And if I get a kill with this, it will proc the Paracausal Affinity on my sidearm, which, as I said, that's just like, it's so unique. It's super freaking unique. Obviously, you can't get a strand subclass in the energy or whatever, so there is case for that. And that's why if you could try to do with the light subclasses, have void and everything, and then have an osmosis sort of like weapon, and then get void for everything, get the affinities going. That would be really, really sweet. But as I said, it is just really nice that you can't spam things out like this. And then I get the affinity going. So you see, I get the extra damage bone. And it's honestly, it's a pretty hefty amount. It's like basically having frenzy going near enough the whole time. It's a hefty 20%. As far as I can tell anyway from my testing of it, it seems to be about 20%, which honestly is a very, very good damage buff for basically just getting straight up kills. Like, as I said, frenzy is one thing you want to get, but you can already see that this reload is already super solid, especially with the extra Argent trait that's got going on it. So I definitely say that when if you're going to be looking at this weapon for PvE, I think it's just a super dope weapon with everything it can actually do and the way it works and everything with barrier champ too. I think this is a super solid weapon in PvE. It's a good RPM as well. It can spam out. It's got strand unraveling rounds. Of course, can make tangles. It's got like everything going for it, and that's why I definitely would say, I know people might not raid. It's a very, very niche area where people go into, but if you do like your sidearms and you want to have a good strand weapon for PvE, this is definitely going to be up there. Obviously, this probably has hatchling and everything. Obviously, it's a strand weapon, so I'm going to assume it has most of the strand sort of verb sort of perks. And oh, I'm so dead. So many of them. But I would say it's going to have hatchling. It's going to have all those sorts of like strand sort of perks as well. But I'm telling you, this Paracausal Affinity, it's definitely worth getting a roll of this. It's so freaking dope. Well, that is it for me and the Mykel'S Reverence sidearm. As I said, guys, there's a little known freaking hidden. It's not even hidden anymore, guys. It's just blatant as hell. There's a freaking sidearm meta, sidearm meta, sidearm meta. But the Mykel'S Reverence itself, this is a really dope ass sidearm. I would definitely say you got to get into the raid to get this. Obviously, I know the raid is kind of inaccessible from a lot of people. I get that. I do understand that. But I do think that this is worth it. If you never really dipped in as well, this is a great kind of beginner raid. As I said, I think it's, me personally, obviously I'm going to say it's easy enough because I do all the raids, but I think for beginners, this is definitely an easily enough raid to kind of get used to mechanics and obviously how to do them. It's sort of like a bigger sort of dungeon. That's the best way of putting it. So if you can do dungeons perfectly fine, this will just be like a little bit more advanced than a bigger dungeon in terms of ad size, but the mechanics are very, very simple. And that's why I'm saying that it's probably worth going in to try to get this, because especially with this role, this Paracausal Affinity, I am in love with this perk. It makes build crafting so much more, I'd say, plausible. I get this buff going from getting any kill with a freaking darkness subclass or darkness type of damage weapon. So either strand or stasis weapon gets a kill or ability, I get it just 20% increase the buff and damage and everything, which is just freaking nuts to me. As I said, it'll work out really well as well if you get this perk on, of course, light-based kind of subclass or a light-based sort of weapon. And it also has this stacked on top of an Argent trait, which just increases your reload speed and everything, and damage as well on top of that when you have a different sort of weapon with this perk on as well. It's just nutty to me. I think that because they're so synergistic with the whole raid and everything, it's super, super nice. And that's why I would definitely say, if you want a good strand sidearm, it's going to be 100% worth it. Not alone for the looks, boys. It's a chunker. I'm not going to lie. It's an absolute beefy boy. But mainly as well that this gun, it goes in super, super well. I think it's an absolute freaking dope-ass freaking sidearm. So I definitely will say overall, PvP, you should try to get your hands on this because it will go in. And then PvE, it's beautiful. It's honestly just super beautiful. But regardless, if you like the video, show us a like. And you want to see more content, subscribe. Have a fantastic day. And hopefully I'll see the next collective in the next one.